What is up, guys? I'm out here, just kind of relaxing. I'm a bit under the influence, but I can leave the stream. Like, absolutely, I can leave the stream. Come on. Okay. Let me just check and see if I can, in fact, comment and chat. I can. I'll just go and paste in a link for the boys in chat. You know who you are. Let me just paste in a little linky. Just like, where is it? Like this. Like this. Like this. This. And like this. We are so pinned. Okay. Insane. Okay. Insane. We are so live. What is up, guys? I'm out here rocking my shit. How are you? How are you? I'm out here just being chilling. You know? The little meme that goes like, 这是哈战国是吧？江西呢是个冰淇淋，属于我冰淇淋。You know how it is. I'm out here just relaxing, waiting for people to show up. Out here with ayo. Need to, stay awake, stay aware. Just waiting patiently for people to show up. A gay guy. Come on, open up. There we go. Guadalupe. We are so live, guys. How are you doing? Yo, what is up? How are you, my man? So good to see you. And they left. Insane. Come on, join. Yo, thanks for the like, my man. Who is it that liked the comment, my guy? Show yourself. Is it Dushan? Dushan's usually the first one to show up and like the stream. So, reveal yourself, intrepid adventurer. Who are you? Who? Oh, shit. Huh. That's kind of weird. Let me post a message again. There's a little weird glitch. And the thing, let me just see. And let's add a little funny message. If you're generous, like this, and replace pin message. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. It just duplicates the message nonetheless, but you know, that's fine. We ride. How are you, my man? You know? Hang on, is it a real viewer or is it just like, hang on. Let me remove this for a second. Is it a real viewer or is it just like a weird little goblin man on my screen, you know? We're just waiting, you know? We're doing a little Bing chilling. Doing a little Bing chilling. Hanging on Guadalupe. So cool. So cool. So cool. Oh shit, okay, alright. Oh shit, fuck, okay, alright. Yo, what's up? How you doing, my man? Feel free to leave a comment. You know, I'm out here. I'm listening to you guys. It's just how it is, you know. I'm here. I'm listening. Just leave a comment, okay? It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Ah, shit, okay, alright. Okay. Really? No viewers? Someone else streaming? Is someone else streaming? No one else is streaming. Alright. Yo, Duchenne, what is up? Thank you for joining, my man. What is your sense of the day? Feel free to drop it in the comments, you know? I've been waiting here for a company for about 8 minutes, you know? Just kind of chilling. What are you wearing right now? What's your scent of the day, scent of the night? Scent of the night is Santa Maria Novella Po di Spoglie. Interesting. I have not smelled it. However, check this out, Dushan. First of all, do answer me if you have seen my new. You've commented on my newest video. You know about Sultan Pasha, but have you watched it? You know, I want to hear what you thought of it. Was it doing a great job of woman's skin after sex? I wouldn't know what that would smell like. For me, I don't know, maybe a bit of a warmth to it. You know, maybe something like Shalimar, maybe. Anyway, Dushan, check this out. Check this out, Dushan. This is a 200 milliliter bottle of Azzaro Puron, the behemoth, the massive bottle. Hello, Emmy. How are you doing? Hello, Emmy. This is the modern version, as you can see. It's embossed. Yes, it's for sure. However, this is still a very great formulation. It is in fact the size of my head, Emmy. You are very astute for noticing it. It is you're very astute. I know you have the vintage, and I also have the vintage. The modern isn't really that much worse, in my opinion. Like, have you actually smelled the modern Dushan? I personally think it is still very good. Like, sure, it might not be as thick and like shave foamy, but it is still very much this fresh kind of you know, shaving, this kind of aftershave liquid. You should at least like smell it, see if like all these rumors about it being neutered or whatever are true, and maybe to you it is true, but to me I don't really notice anything different. But it's still, if we're talking about the big picture, the overall composition, it is still very much in the same vein. It is still got that classic, handsome, classy thing. Zdravo, Gjuro, dober večer. As you can see, Gjuro, I have a 200 ml bottle of Azzaro Purom. This is the modern version, and even this is still great. It's amazing. Dober večer. It's still just incredible. Sure, this is a reformulation and all, but if we compare this to like a Dior Sauvage or a Paco Rabanne 1 million or a Paco Rabanne Invictus, that it couldn't be any more different, And yet this, the Azzaro, is incredible. And you know how much this cost me? Dushan, Gjuro, and you know how much this cost me? $50. This cost me $50. That's incredible value, my man. That is incredible. Just absolutely huge value for this much juice. It still has that soap. My mom literally said this smells like soap. In Russian, of course, but she said this smells like soap. Not like old man, not like, stink. She didn't say it smells stinky. She says it smelled like soap. And it really does. There's that old, middle-aged man even, clean feeling that I think I am now like very much in love with. This is just wow. I know I have the vintage. You guys have seen the vintage countless times even. But the modern one isn't half bad. It, just considering the fact that you get this much juice. You see how big the juice bottle is? This much juice. And for less than what a 50 milliliter bottle would cost you of a modern designer fragrance, considering these factors, what you have here is the bargain of the century. It's that awesome. Just I'm gonna have to put it back. I can't keep sniffing the bottle. It's just like, again, you see, no sticker. This is the embossed thing. Do, by the way, Juro, put it in the comments what you're currently wearing so I can, better, kind of comment on it or just like, admire your choice and fragrance today. So yeah, this wasn't really my scent of the night because my scent of the night is going to be with you guys. But my scent of the evening was Azzaro Perom. I had the vintage on my right forearm and the modern on my left forearm, and it still just gave me that awesome herbal soap aftershave feeling that Azzaro Perom just knows how to give. Just wow. As for my scent of the day, I'm sure that you guys who have been on my Instagram know, but my scent of the day was this Lapidus Perome. You guys know it. I'm gonna just spray it a bit out the window, just to get the opening again, because it's so cheap. It's just funny, the if I had to describe Lapidus Perome in a single word, it would be funny. There's something that just makes me want to laugh, even though I'm not laughing at the moment. I want to laugh when I smell this perfume. It's not sensual. It's not gentlemanly. It's masculine for sure, but it's not, serious. It's playful. It wants to laugh. It makes the whole world smile. It comes in a room. That's the feeling that Lapidus Perome gives me. Okay, Antaeus once again. I think my father had a bottle of Antaeus once. I do not know where it went, but I am pretty sure that he at one point had a bottle of Antaeus. 100% sure it was the black sprayer and not the silver sprayer, but it is Antaeus nonetheless, and so it is still, had nice taste. For now, though, his fragrance. Yo, what is up? I'm gonna not say that much about it so you can have, the time to catch up on the videos. But in summary, Irissoir, which I've smelled first, incredibly posh iris, like former half of the 20th century. Cuir Lilan is like Pasha's take on Cuir de Russie. L'Heure d'Or, it's in the ballpark of a Mitsuko. In the ballpark. I'm not saying it's a Rochas Femme or a Mitsuko, but it's in that ballpark of a cold, floral, animalic Chypre. Hindi Oud Nasha is a Hindi Oud that's poopy and yet still has a kind of polite quality about it. Like there's a bit of a citrus candy thing if you squint real hard, and a bit of a salty Play-Doh facet to it. But it still is a Hindi oud. And then you had Vetiver Blanc, which had this medical ointment white flower thing to it, together with a grassy, very green, earthy Vetiver to it, which conjured in my mind the image of a dryad or a forest nymph. That is the summary for you, Fosco. If you want to catch the full video, it is of course on my channel. Justin, what the hell is up, my man? I am so glad you're here. Thank you for agreeing with me about Lapidus. It is very, very playful. It's like the kind of... It's the man that does finger guns. It's the man that does finger guns. K de Krizia. I haven't smelled anything from Krizia, and I don't know what I want to get from Krizia. But if we're talking about like some other Italian brands, I want to try Pietro alla Scala. Alla Scala, you know that one? I want to try that one because I've heard a lot of good things about it. You know, it's I also want to smell Coco, Coco Chanel. That the 80s Oriental. I have yet to get my bottle of samsara. It's somewhere in Israeli male purgatory. Inshallah, I get it sometime in the near future. Yes. I mean, listen, Juro. Uh, there are two options for you when brands discontinue fragrances. For me, what I usually do is try to find a remnant of what they were doing in other fragrances. Either going to the perfumer in a different house or trying to see where, people or brands who took inspiration from these types of scents. Trying to find the past in the present. And another option, which most of the little tight knit community over in this part of Fracom does, going and buying the vintages. I myself, as you've seen by my giant 200 milliliter bottle of Azzaro Peron, I'm not a big vintage guy. I like old school fragrances, if they were released in the 70s or before, I'm all over that shit. I mean, Lapidus was in the 80s, but it's still kind of funny. But 70s and before, that's I'm all over that. Masculine, feminines, whatever. Justin says, Lapidus is that very masculine ex-football player uncle that is the fun uncle, the macho, and you can rely on as a protector, and also thinks it's funny to fart. God, I'm too drunk. I'm too drunk. I should not laugh at that. It just was not funny. No offense, Justin. It's just like it's a very nothing comment. Ah, what is up, Boz? Boz, man, how are you doing, Bozon? Bozon, Bojman, Bojon. How are you, my man? Glad you're well. What is your scent of the day, perchance, if I could ask you? The quality of Italian perfumery in the 80s was top notch. Ugh, I, I don't think I've smelled any. I want to try some from Etro. I really want to try from Etro. I've not smelled any from Armani or any of the other ones. Hi, Bosch or Boz. Do chime in with your scent of the day. Justin, yeah, you did. Did you? I mean, you told us that you love K. de Crizia, but have you told us what your scent of the day is, or is that just you telling us your scent of the day is K. de Crizia? And if it is, I have not smelled it, but if you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. Bosch's scent of the day is Dorissima? Are you trying to say Diorissimo? Diorissimo? Is that what you're trying to say? I don't quite understand what you're getting at, boss. Do tell us. Uh-huh. Well, listen, Juro, to me, a decade's cultural zeitgeist, or, that era which you say, yes, that was exactly, the aesthetic of the 80s. That's, it doesn't really start right at 1980. There's this brief period in every start of a decade where they're still stuck in the past decade. Like 1990 wasn't really about the 90s. It was still stuck in the 80s, you know? And like 93 or so, that's really when they hit the stride with the 90s thing. So really when you're saying it came at the end of the decade, it's still part of that decade. It's still part of that stylistic, you know, stylistic group of 80s sense. Okay. Boz says, no, Dorasima by Panadora. I have not smelled anything from Panadora. I'm actually a bit averse to smelling them. Because they have these weird bottles with the deer antler caps, and it just kind of reminds me of Penhaligans and their portrait collection, which doesn't really do a lot to curry their favor, you know, for me at least. Justin says he's about to pick a scent of the day, thinking Aramis 900 or Loewe Essentia. Go for you know what? Go for the Aramis. You know, some American pride. You know, America. Aramis, America. I don't know. It kind of seems America for me. I don't know why. Anything from, you know, kind of 60, you know, anything from the Aramis brand kind of seems American to me. Don't ask me why. Just when I think of Aramis scents, I think of America. You know, the flag and the eagle. Caw-caw. And, you know, all these goofy iconographies. Enjoy your Aramis 900, Justin. I haven't smelled any Aramis. I'm considering sampling them from Manoj, you know, asking him for him to send me a decant. You know, some decants, you know, in the next shipment, you know, just thinking I should ask him to like send me New West. I'm really curious about New West because I'm a huge fan of aquatics. I absolutely adore aquatics. Hmm. Oh wow, that is interesting. Just saying, I don't think you could tie Etro to any specific time frame. They're technically a designer brand, but can be also considered niche. Their fragrance collection came before their clothing collection. I mean, still, I would think their sphere of influence, you know, what inspired Etro's fragrances in the 80s would have been other fragrances from that same decade. I would at least think, you know. Boz, and Justin even. Have you guys seen, you know, just anyone, have you seen my Sultan Pasha video? I've actually uploaded recently. Just like today even. For me at least, it was today. I've uploaded my impressions on 4 of Sultan Pasha's attar samples, and I have to say, by the end of it, I was left speechless. You know, DJ told me that from what he felt was he had seen the light, you know. Boz said he had been on smelly I mean, like, he's probably a swell guy. I don't feel comfortable watching his streams. You know, that's all good. I have told you guys my summary of my opinions somewhere along the stream, so if you really want, just kind of scroll back and just kind of check it out, you know? Oriental, probably aesthetic. I mean, listen, the same thing could be said about Guerlain Juro. Like, Shalimar was trying to be an oriental fragrance, you know, it was trying to be a western take on the east. Same for Samsara. Same for uh Nahema, Jedi. All of these fragrances were, trying to evoke images of the East, of the Orient. So saying that they have an Oriental aesthetic doesn't really, like, Guerlain still has, fragrances of their time, Samsara smells, it's Samsara smells like, you know, semi-modern fragrances, like from the 80s onwards, while Shalimar definitely smells like something from the 1920s. Same for Mitsuko, which is also Orientalist, even though it's from the far Orient. Same, all of these things. Wait, Boz, you were on the Mr. Smelly panel? Huh. Again, I'm not throwing shade at all. I don't want to wish any ill will towards Dan or any of his panel guests. Margie is a wonderful friend of the stream who has come here and shared her opinions. Absolutely no qualms about it. Dan himself even came on, right when he subscribed and tried and was striking a bit of conversation, which is interesting. I don't really want to wish any ill will towards the guy. It's just a little bit, just kind of not irksome. I really don't want to say irksome, but it's not. I'm not his audience. You know what I'm saying? I'm not his audience. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I am not a drama channel. Please believe me when I say, even though I have my opinions about all streamers, I do not wish ill will upon any of them. Kay or any of these other people who are on Dan's stream. I'm just I really wish them well. I really wish them well. That's all I'm gonna say. And Boz, you really can't think anything you want about the guy. It's just I'm kind of set in my ways about my impression of him, and that's all. It's not really. It's again. It's not like I want him to suffer a horrible fate. It's just there's something in my mind that prevents me from watching him. Prevents me from watching him. Look, all the jerks. Kind of a touchy subject. I kind of lurk there. And sometimes they go overboard. But their overall objective is something that I see in common with, like, Rich Mitch and Ramsey. Rich Mitch and Ramsey. Them and what all the jerks generally tries to do kind of coincides. It's at least what I'm seeing. Call me an idealist or something. It's just, I go there for a bit of a laugh. And, kind of seeing, what they have to say. Sometimes you need both points of view. So that's it. That is it. I go there for entertainment and a bit of opinion pieces. But that's all, believe me. I don't hate anyone. That is all. Whew, Jesus Christ. So, we have a lot of viewers now. Hey, Duchamp, by the way, would you mind calling... Anuj to the stream? See if he wants to go and hang out in our chat, Duchamp. Can you do that for me? That'll be great. I really can't leave right now, but yes. Boss, yes, they do have some posts that kind of mock people for stuff that they don't really they aren't mean or anything. There's that aspect, but they sometimes do like coincide with what Ramsey and Rich are trying to do. Anyway, enough about them and enough about the drama. I really don't like. It seems like I don't care. Oh, but I talk about them. It's just like you guys have brought up Dan, and it's I don't know. I kind of felt like trying like saying something just like I'm drunk. Okay, I'm drunk. Anything that I say will be used against me, and this isn't an excuse. But I am inebriated right now. So I think at this point it would be great to uh, try and do the Scent of the Night talent show. So, for the mini bottle, I thought we could do a little something different. A 3 milliliter oil bottle from Arij Le Doré, the Motia Attar. It says jasmine and sandalwood oil. This is going to be our mini bottle for tonight's Scent of the Night talent show. As you guys are already, well aware of, the other candidates are going to be from the, say it with me guys, the Decan Bag of Doom. So, our second candidate, Sontal Basmati. Our third candidate, Jiki. Yeah, I've already heard you say that you're a bit buzzed. I'm sorry that I haven't read it, Justin. I have already seen that you're a bit buzzed. So, our third fragrance is Jiki, Jacques Guerlain Jiki. And our fourth, Ambre Vanille from Serge Luton. These are your candidates. We already have one vote from Duchan for Jiki. But let me remind you of our other candidates. We have Motia Attar from Arij Le Doré. We have Sontal Basmati, Affinescence, and we have Ambre Vanille from Serge Luton. Please vote and choose wisely. And now I'm gonna take this opportunity to relax and, recharge my voice. Alright, we have 2 votes for Jiki. We need 1 more vote to see where the lay of the land is. Thank you for elaborating, Justin. We have 2 votes for Jiki. 2 votes for Jiki. Okay. So at this point, this is a clean, unanimous sweep for the one and only Girlon Jiki. So, as is tradition, before we congratulate the winner and put him on skin, it is time to bid farewell, goodbye, and good job to our other contestants. Sontal Basmati. It's sandalwood and rice. There's nothing special about it. The more I'm smelling it, the more I'm growing indifferent towards it. It is very pleasant. But for what they're asking, it's an arm and a leg. You know, I'd rather just get a Sultan Pasha. For real. Next up, bienvenue. Mmm, delicious. I should. I'm gonna make this my bed scent. You see this? Bienvenue. This is gonna be my bed scent. It's gonna be my bed scent. I don't think I can do Zappa impersonations, my man. I don't know how Frank Zappa sounds. I just don't. I don't know how Frank Zappa sounds. I'm really sorry about that. So yes, bienvenue is going to be my scent of the bed. My bed scent, if you will. And the last loser. The bottle. Very pretty glass. Very thick glass with a nice cap and a signed top. Motia Attar. I mean, it's a nice, creamy, jasmine, white floral. Not his composition. He just bought it and tested it in a lab to see that it's great. I have listened to a lot of Zappa. I've listened to Don't Eat the Yellow Snow. I like him. It's just I don't know how to do an impersonation of him. You know, I've seen Don't Eat the Yellow Snow, and then it's a weird kind of a weird kind of rhythm or something. I don't know. Anyway, Motia Atar, that's that. And so we are left with 2 cents. Our consolation prize winner. The bed scent prize goes to Amblaveni. And the winner is you. A winner is you. So, Jiki. You know, it's a smelly lavender. I'm gonna spray it on the back of my palms. Because I already have Azaropalm sprayed on my what was it? Sprayed on my forearms. So for now we're having sorry, too close to the camera there. I have Jiki sprayed on the back of my palms. You know, it starts with a citrusy lavender opening. And then, of course, it dries down to that kind of smelly breath, hot mouth exhale thing. It is a guitar bag behind me. That one, yes, it's a guitar bag. I do have a guitar. I'm too drunk to play right now, but when I feel like it, I usually, whip it out and do some little ditties on it. Not something serious, just kind of go off on it. There is actually something tricky in Guerlain Jiki. There is. After it dries down, it dries down, it gets that kind of warm, kind of smell of unhealthy mouth breath, you know, bacteria on your tongue, and you go. That's the kind of vibe that you get. You know, I really did stick on to the halitosis analogy that Yugen threw my way. I really do get a lot of it when this dries down. Really, really, really get it. But what the fuck? Why the fuck did I say but? Yes, but I wouldn't say there's nothing tricky. There's definitely a trick to it, and the trick is getting past that weird, strange, peculiar, you know, halitosis. Weird. Watch out where the huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow. I mean, you can call me Heavy Debbie, but it you know, I'm a bit insecure about my body. I think I can take it though. You know, sure, call me Heavy Debbie if you want to. But I think Dev is gonna be easier to type. You know, Heavy Debbie is what, 9 letters, and Dev is 3 letters. It's gonna be way easier for you to call me Dev rather than calling me Heavy Debbie. Heavy metal. See, heavy metal is a very specific genre, and in the grand scheme of things, it's not heavy at all. It includes such bands as Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne. Oh, right, Devin Townsend. That's more of a progressive metal. It's more of a progressive metal kind of thing, Devin Townsend. But yes, heavy metal is more of an Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, Dio, Iron Maiden. It's like one of the lightest and softest genres in metal. Ironically, because if you really want to go to the heavy ones, there's extreme metal, there's death metal, there's brutal death metal, there's grindcore, porno grind, gore grind, thrash, you know, all these weird black metal, doom metal. Nightwish is not heavy metal. Nightwish goes in symphonic metal or gothic. Yes, gothic metal is where I'd place them. You know, somewhere like an Evanescence. Evanescence is something that's very goth metal, but it's more like the goth new metal. You know, it belongs to that 2000s era of goth metal. You know, with that Bring Me to Life song. You know, wake me up inside, can't wake up. Wake me up inside, save me, call my name and save me from the dark. You know, it's a very kind of early, middle 2000s era of metal, even if it is in a subgenre of its own. It's that. By the way, have you guys heard of Sonata Arctica? Sonata Arctica is a very, very good and fun metal band. I would describe them as prog power metal or power prog metal. In your own time, look up Full Moon, all one word, no space. All one word, no space. Listen to them. Yeah, they are Finnish. Full Moon is arguably their most famous song, which is great. Another song, it's actually from their most recent album. I think it's Talivio, or something like that. It's called like Armada. It's way less power and way more prog, but it's still very nice. And you know, the singing style of the lead vocalist is very power metal. And so it's a you know, it's the kind of you know, it's a very Understanding, so demanding. It's a very peculiar kind of style. Halloween is also, you know, it's more of a pure power metal band than a power prog band. There is a split project from Halloween called Gamma Ray. I think the project name is called Gamma Ray, but don't quote me on that. Any other? Power Wolf is also great. Um, I really don't like Hammerfall. Hammerfall is way too boring. Sabaton, way too boring. Sabaton just bores me to death. So boring. I'm sorry. Same for like Ailstorm. It's bad. Um, what's the sci-fi one called? Glory Hammer. Glory Hammer sucks. Sucks. I hate it. It's so bad. So just generic. Um, Powerwolf is like what Sabaton wishes to be. That's what Powerwolf is. They got not the same vibe, but the same composition of instruments as Sabaton, but they're just better. Powerwolf is just like not objectively, but by my standards, Powerwolf is better. No contest about it. It's like way up here when Sabaton is what like here. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But power metal isn't very power metal isn't my favorite genre. It's more like progressive metal. Opeth, Dream Theater, Thank You Scientist, all these great, projects, with these changes and solos and there's progressive metal is what you get when you treat more is more when you treat more is better. But there's also Cynic and Atheist. Funnily enough, Atheist to me, the band Atheist, feels like if you've heard Death, which you probably have heard Death. Atheist to me, it's like 80% Death with like 20% prog and jazz fusion instrumental solos. It's actually hilarious. Look up Atheist, on Spotify or YouTube on your own, at your own time, and it's just incredible how they just it's like one part death and another part. When did they put a jazz fusion solo in there? It's just so jarring, and yet so funny at the same time. Just wow. Let's. Wow, the alcohol is hitting me, and it's not even it's not even like heavy alcohol. I haven't even drank like the vodka or the cognac. And I do drink cognac, but not that much. I've been drinking wine, and I am this goddamn wasted. That should tell you it was wine, red wine. That should tell you how weak I am in terms of my constitution. The first was an Israeli Pinot Franc, and the second was an Abarone wine. That should tell you enough. I'm pretty sure, Abarone is a very gentle red wine, while that Pinot Franc is a very tannic, bitter, dark wine, which it is not really that recommended to have an Abarone after a Pinot Franc, but I still kind of tasted things. It just after such an intense flavor experience such as a Pinot Franc, you tend to lose a lot of what makes an Abarone, special. The gentleness kind of gets overwhelmed by your pre-existing tongue palate. I don't really know as much as one. It's just like you've just done a cherry picked example. I've literally just regurgitated to you what my parents have told me today. They said Abarone is a soft wine and Pinot Franc is grapes which are very they're very tannic. That's all I said. I have not said anything more than that. That's really all that is. I'm actually about wine than fragrances. Fragrances is my primary domain. Wine is not even my fifth or sixth. It's just not there in consideration. There's perfume, there's fashion, there's watches, there's video games, there's books, and then there's wine. You see how down low wine is for me? It's just not is, you know? See, Dushan, that's also where you're wrong. Well, beer can be very bland in terms of flavor. You need to check on various varieties and origins and nationalities of beer. If you want to try see what beer can be, you know, contrasting with a beer of like a Bud Light or a Pilsner Urquell, try the beer Weinstafener. That is a very, very good beer. Yo, Anuj, how are you doing, my man? Good to have you here, bro. As you can see, I'm a bit buzzed. I'm a bit tipsy, a bit drunk, if you will. Have you seen my Sultan Pasha video? What did you think of it, Anuj? I've still not gotten your parcel yet, but we're working on it. We're working on it. We'll get it eventually. We're not worrying about anything, man. Just tell me if you've watched it, and if you have, what did you think of my video? I think Sultan Pasha is a bit more separate from the the artisanal ouds guys, because he's not that focused on oud. I think Ansar definitely see him in that space, but Ansar, Adam, I see them there. Bortnikov kind of gets out there, but Pasha is definitely like out of there. He's in his own space. He's just amazing. Sultan Pasha is just incredible. Wine, yes, I have drunk. Have I? Is it have drunk? I have drank. I've drunk. I have drunk some wine, and now I am very out of it. You could say I'm very, disoriented. You've missed the part where we picked the scent of the day. Unfortunately for you, Anuj, it was not Champs-Élysées as my scent of the day. It is, however, Guerlain's Jiki. It was running up against an Arij Le Doré Motia Attar. Don't worry, Nuj. I know how to prevent hangovers and it is just being hydrated. That's exactly what to do if you don't want to wake up hungover. I know that much. But yeah, my scent of the night is Jiki from Chlling, you know? The legendary Jiki from Chlling. Yes. Dushan says, Sultan Pasha's Sacred Scarab will be on my shelf. For me, I don't know. I'd rather see what Pasha does with his own brand than what he does for a zoologist. You know? If you like it, go ahead and enjoy it, but I like Sultan Pasha stuff. Dushan, you really should buy something from Sultan Pasha himself, from the site, you know? Like Irissoir maybe, or no, Irissoir might be too feminine for you. Fougère Noire. There's Fougère Noire, Étude en Fougère, Cheval d'Arabie. What else is there? Um, you know, all of these guys, just like Sultan Pasha, Sultan Pasha Atars, it has a lot to offer. And I would recommend buying the sample set because you just get a lot, you know? I'm gonna read out what he sent to me. And you guys see how much it actually is. So, what he sent me is 1. Hindi Oud Nasha, 2. Jureya, 3. Tabakaurum, 4. Aurum Dankor, 5. Tolath, 6. Dewania, 7. Irissoir, 8. Vetiver Blanc, 9. Chypre Narcisse, 10. Miel Fleur, 11. Entre deux guerres, 12. Cheval d'Arabie, 13. Violette Nuit, 14. Âme Sombre, 15. Fougère Noire, 16. Étude en Fougère, 17. Cuir Lilas, 18. Oud Duce Amere, 19. L'heure d'or, 20. L'éphémère, 21. Incense, 22. Le rayon vert, 23. Tabac grand, 24. Sun Gillis, 25. Deer Musk Accord, 26. Chamama, 27. Chypre Chrysanthème, 28. Ambre Cuir, 29. Poudre Noire, 30. Basmati Rose, 31. Shirin Chai, 32. Fagraïa, and 33. Fagraïa. I said Shamama. Shamama is an attar that has a lot of spices and amber. In total, there are 33 samples. However, he sent me a duplicate. So if we're counting unique samples, he sent me 32 samples. That is how many samples there are in his sample set. However, you have to keep in mind that I paid 108 pounds for the entire set, which is a fucking pill to swallow, if you ask me. 108 pounds is a lot to ask. It does make it easier when you realize he's sending you 33 samples with a lot of expensive ingredients. But fucking hell, bro. Did you fucking more than 100 pounds? Insane. However, I am definitely, 100% going to buy an a 3 ml bottle from him of a single fragrance. I just have to decide on which one, but I will. It's, yeah, wow. Who is sending you that? He didn't send me anything. I bought it and he sent it. I bought directly from Sultan Pasha 33 samples. He has a entire page, a sample set, and I just paid for it. And he sent me all of them. Which is wow. What I want to smell next, it's all gonna be random anyway. But I really want to smell Juria because it has a very good rose. Turath because it's apparently his best composition. Tabacorum, I really want to try it. No, 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 no. No, Dushan, you need to... Dushan, I paid money for the samples. He didn't give me any samples, okay? And Nuj still has the record. Pasha just gave me a product which I paid for. Please keep that in mind. Anyway, I also want to try both of the Chypres, Chypre Narcisse and Chypre Chrysanthème. I want to try both the Fougères. I also really want to try Sohan Iris. Sohan Iris. He said it's a gourmand. I really want to try that. There was a fragrance that Pasha was going to send me, but then he mixed it up and sent me a duplicate sample of Fagaria. Which he didn't send me, unfortunately, which I really wanted to smell. Turath Sontal, which is Turath but with more sandalwood. And I am a huge fan of sandalwood. As Anuj knows, I bought that vintage Samsara from him, which, is still somewhere out there, it's probably out there buying milk or something. And instead of that gorgeous sandalwood, I just got another Fagaria, which Sultan Pasha describes as the quintessential Arabic perfume. Now, since it's Sultan Pasha, it's going to be good. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the Arabic perfume construction. I've been burned once by an Arabic perfume called Santal Wood by Ajmal. And it was very spicy, resinous, and weird. It wasn't like what I was used to. It was very, not disturbing, but I felt uncomfortable smelling it. Like, I felt like I did not like it. I did not enjoy it. If I put it in few words, I did not enjoy that smell. It was the only blind buy I ever did, and it sucked so much. Please don't blind buy any Ajmal unless you're absolutely sure. I mean, absolutely, like 100% sure that you'll love it. Just that. Just wow. Anyway, since Anuj is here, I figured I'd show off the bottle one more time. I showed it on. I'll show it one more time. Anuj, look at this bottle, man. Look at this bottle. It's the modern Azzaro Purom in a massive 200 milliliter bottle. And it's still good. Whatever you're hearing about oh, that's not, it's not what it used to be. Probably true. Does that mean it's bad? Fuck no. This is incredible. It's a soap, or it's like a very clean. It's a clean, masculine, classy scent. Honestly suitable for all ages. I wouldn't care seeing a young boy wearing this or an old man wearing this. I've come to the around to the conclusion that it actually smells very timeless if you're an old soul. Just like wow. There's definitely less of a dimension compared to that decan you sent me, to that mini you sent me. But I don't mind it. I do not mind it at all. Like at all. And you know how much this cost me? This cost me $50. $50 for this? For this much juice? $50. You know what I call it? You know what they call it in the business? They call this a bargain, my man. That's a bargain. Could honestly be used as a gym scent. Like honestly, I could see myself after my my bottle of Miss Bergamot it will run out. This could be a very good like gym scent. It's super fresh, super light. Look, it definitely is bigger than me. Like I can't. It's just like insane how big it is. Like this is my hand compared to the bottle. Okay. Do you see it? Do you see it? This is my hand compared to the bottle. Now, you need to keep in mind, my hands are super small. Let's take something that is more standardized. Like this tablet. This is an iPad, okay? This is my hand compared to an iPad. Bringing you guys back to this. This is my hand next to the Azara bottle. That's all. Listen, the white shirt can introduce itself all at once. I wouldn't bat an eye. I can absolutely rock a Zara Pirom with a onesie, with athleisure. It's as much a casual scent as it is a serious scent, as a formal scent. You know, it's not playful, but it's also not overtly serious, so that you'd only be able to wear it with formal attire. This is a chameleon of a fragrance to me. Definitely not a blue fragrance by any means. This is not a 3-season beast, a 4-season beast, you know? It's more of a 2-season beast, whatever you want to, phrase it as. But it's just so classy, elegant, clean. A lot has been said about this, which I'm not going to add anything original to it. All I can add is that enough exposure to the Azzaro profile led me from I don't like this to I really like this. Anuj, you have to realize, my brother likes modern smelling fragrances. Modern smelling, okay? I gave him Ani, that's a modern smelling one. I gave him a Healy, that's modern smelling. Did not give him a single one that is vintage. And if I would try and get him to smell this, you know what he would say? That smells like our dad. I don't like that it smells like our dad. That's exactly what he's going to say. He hates, and I mean despises, he harbors nothing but disdain, okay, for vintage or old school fragrances. That's just his MO. His MO is not using vintage fragrances. Old school fragrances, that's for old people. I'm not old, I'm young, I'm spry, is what he'd be thinking. Me though, I'm a chameleon, I do whatever I want. There's no age to any perfume. Any perfume. Honestly, there's a difference, but it's not a difference which I'll say is worth it if you it's not worth it, like if you don't care about a specific material. I specifically care about expensive sandalwood. So if something that is sandalwood centric, i.e. Samsara from Guerlain, had a reformulation where they removed all the Mysore sandalwood, then I'm gonna get the one with the Mysore sandalwood. I'm not gonna get the one without it, because I want that milky, creamy, soapy Mysore goodness. Just like, wow, I so very much enjoy Mysore sandalwood, which is why I wanted a Turath Santal. Oh wait, when you say vintages all smell similar, do you mean like I don't get what you mean. Do you mean like all old releases smell similar, or do you mean that all the vintages smell similar to their modern reformulations? Please specify. I don't really get what you're trying to say. I would really appreciate it if you would explain that a bit in more succinct terms, if you will. I don't quite understand what you're trying to say. Old release. Okay, I got it. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, for me, the old releases, from differentiating between their modern reformulations and their, vintages, it's not, it's not that, like, different to me. That's that. It's not that different. It's only if you're a real nut about it. It's only if you're a real nut about it, okay? That's all. I've been in the vintage decants, and they're nice. I've been in the modern ones, they smell nice, I'm not saying I'm objective. God, no, I'm not objective in the least. In the least. So, Fosco says, people who like vintage say everything new smells the same and vice versa. Yeah, there's a bit of a tribalism with that. Uh-huh. Okay, they just smell similar except for a few, but I haven't tried that many yet. Okay, so you just mean the old releases? Okay, I got it. Would I love Green Irish Tweed? I want to try Cool Water before I try Green Irish Tweed. Mostly because I heard that Pierre Bourdon said that Cool Water is the finished project of Green Irish Tweed. And that's all. I just really want to see what Pierre Bourdon did with Cool Water. I really just have not, taken the chance, that like step and a half that it takes for one to smell Cool Water. I just have not, like, at all. And I really want to smell what Pierre Bourdon did with that. Yeah. Oh, wow. Enrico Coveri Purum, for instance, has a quite unique smell. Let me pull it out for you. So, unique smell, he says. I I disagree. It's not very unique. It is a very pleasant, but of its time scent. I really did find it's not a similarity, but like a genre connection between Azzaro Purom and Enrico Coveri Purom. They're all in that barbershop fougère genre. It's just that this doesn't have as much of a zing as Azzaro. It's not really smoother, but it's not. There's less of a brightness. It's not darker, but it's less bright. That's how I would describe it. Shaded is a great word. I used shaded. This is a shaded Azzaro Purom. Maybe even like a slight tinge of purple. I really don't know where. But yes, Enrico Coveri Purom. Not unique to my nose. But if you think it's unique, do what you want, man. I'm not stopping you. Let me just return this back. I really just like playing with that huge cap that Azzaro Purom, that 200 milliliter bottle has. Just to kind of whoop, 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 whoop. It's kind of popping it off and on and off and on and off and on. It's kind of not relaxing, but it's very fun. It distracts you, especially when you're piss drunk. Speaking of Jubilation 25, I have still yet to smell Jubilation 25 woman or man, but I really want to smell Jubilation 25 woman. I'm sick. I have a sickness for floral chypres, and the only cure is more floral chypres. L'Heure d'Or really surprised me in terms of what it did. I also want to try, Chypre Narcisse, Chypre Chrysanthème. Wow. Really want to try it. It's like, wow. Wow. And just all the other ones I just really want to smell from Sultan Pasha. It is it is 7:22 in the evening. I'll say rapidly approaching midnight. That'd be a great way to describe it. I don't know. Maybe we'll call it quits. Maybe in an hour and a half. We'll see where this takes us. I think at some point I'm gonna call it off, hydrate the shit out of myself, go brush my teeth, and fall asleep. If you guys catch my drift. Only an hour difference? That would be an hour difference from the Balkans, right? Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, Albania, Montenegro, North Macedonia. I'm not a dog, okay? It's just, don't say, Don't say goodbye like we're ending the stream right now. We got like 5 more minutes, you know? We can still chat. We can still, throw in a good word here and there. Oh, most of Europe, that is. Yeah. I think I'm just confused because uh, the UK is like 2 hours ahead of me. Which is why I think, if you're not in the UK's time zone, you're if you're not in the UK time zone, you're basically in Eastern Europe, with Poland and Lithuania and Latvia and Estonia and all these guys, you know? That's all I'm saying, It's fuck. Wow. I am getting a bit disoriented. Would you guys mind if I end the stream now? Like, I know I said it like we'll carry on until 90 minutes, but would you mind if I ended the stream now? Because I'm thinking of ending it now. All in favor say aye. Boz, in future, when somebody says all in favor say aye, you should spell it AYE. That I means yes. Just for future, It's a little trivia. Just AYE. I. That is yes. Alright. Looks like I am going to. Yo, thanks for coming in here, JP. You caught us on the tail end of the stream. But still, I do appreciate you at least coming here with the intention of staying, or maybe you just you've been lurking all this time and I did not notice. Either way, thank you so much. With this, I am going to end.